Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch. Today is going to be my March favorites. Had to think about it there for a second. First off, I do want to address if you hear any noises in the background. It's approximately like 6 o'clock right now here in Texas, and I guess that's prime time for lawnmowers to come out. If you hear any loud noises, that's probably what that is. So just wanted to address that real quick. So today is, like I said, going to be my favorites video. I just have a few things here and there. I'm not going to go in any particular order, and it's all really kind of random. I do have two things that I'm going to throw in at the end that really are but aren't beauty related. They're really not, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in there. So anyways, if you want to see what my favorites are, then just keep watching. So first things first is I have makeup brushes. Two makeup brushes in particular. Now I have a ton of brushes that I absolutely love that are all my favorites, but these two kind of just stood out in my mind as far as like the ones that I really used on a pretty much daily basis. You've probably heard me talk about these two before, but I did want to throw them in here because they have been my favorites all month. And the first one is this right here. This is the Morphe M439 brush. It's basically like a big kabuki sort of brush. It's very, very thick, and it's so incredibly soft, you guys. I can't explain how soft it is. I'm sorry it's a little dirty right now, but it's so soft and dense, and I like how the bristles themselves aren't too long, but they're all they kind of taper up and then they flatten out at the end. So it's just literally like perfection with blending out foundation. I've been blending out my Born This Way by Too Faced foundation with this for a while, and I absolutely love it for that application. But it's just an all-around amazing brush. I have yet to find any foundation brush that I love as much as this guy right here. He is like my baby. Like, I love him so much. And then my second brush is this is the Real Techniques Duo Fiber eye brush. So it's duo fiber, as you can see, and it's got two sized bristles, which is basically what duo fiber is. And I've been really loving this for blending out my crease eyeshadows. There's just something about it being duo fiber that it picks up a small yet perfect amount of shadow in the palette. You just kind of dab it all around, and it picks up the perfect amount to lightly kind of feather and blend it in. Now what I'm talking about is, like, here I have like my crease color, and then here I would use like a very, very light tone shade. You could do a shade that's kind of mimics your skin tone to blend it out, or you could do just a sort of tan or any lighter shade that you want to blend out your crease with. It's totally up to you. My next thing is contour. Now I have been reaching for this guy more and more this month. It's the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and it's just beautiful. It's just so beautiful. This shade right here is the one that I always use. I do tend to go for this one for setting my under eyes, but I do think that I like my Fit Me powder a little bit better, so I don't go for it as often. But this is pretty much all I've been contouring with all month. I really don't have any on today. I just did a quick bronzer and ran out the door, but when I do contour, this is what I use. This palette is amazing. I love the mirror on it. It's so like perfect for, you know, application purposes, and it goes and it closes in a kind of magnetic seal. So I really love it. It's compact, so when I'm traveling, it's perfect. This has been my biatch as far as contour goes. Obviously, I have a lot of lips that I love, but I kind of like to narrow it down to at least one or two when I do these favorites videos, so they're not too long for you guys. My favorite lip product of the month has to be this guy right here. You've probably heard me mention it before. It's the ColourPop Liquid Lipstick in Beeper, which is what I have on my lips right now. It's so amazing. It's stays on like a dream. It doesn't clump up or flake off. It tends to come off in the inner ring, which I find most liquid lipsticks do. I haven't really found one that doesn't do that specifically after eating, but just quick reapplication and you're good to go. I love the color. It's so versatile. It's sort of like a, if you can see, it's sort of like a sort of reddish mauve brown color, and like I said, I feel like it goes with pretty much everything. Introducing Auto, you guys, once again. This has been my favorite. Absolutely love this shade, the formulation, everything. For concealers, specifically why I chose this concealer out of all the concealers that I have been loving is because I use it literally on a day-to-day basis. When I go to work, I don't really necessarily want to use a high-end concealer because I want to save that for like when I'm getting really dolled up on the weekends usually, or if I'm going to a certain event or something. So on a day-to-day, I like to do something a little bit more affordable for my concealer. I've always loved the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. It's like probably never gonna be out of my top 3 concealers, but I have really been loving this guy. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal. It's the camouflaging concealer and it's in the shade Fair, of course. And it's so amazing, you guys. So creamy, so soft, so blendable, so brightening under the eyes, and it really is camouflaging. It really does help to hide your under eye circles. I have a lot of purple underneath my eyes, and this combats it perfectly. So next is my favorite foundation. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick. It's in the shade 117 or Y225. And I absolutely adore this foundation so much. It makes your skin look so dewy, like for it being, I feel like I've said this like 500 times to you guys, but for this being a stick foundation, you'd think it would be drying, but it's actually so luminous. It makes your skin look so healthy. I usually blend it out with a beauty blender and it gives you such a nice medium coverage. Now it's really buildable though, so you can build it as much or as little as you want. I usually stick to kind of mid-range as far as coverage goes, but this is it right here. It's just so creamy and soft and I just love it. So at nighttime, again, like I told you, this is really random, but at nighttime, this is my go-to moisturizer. This is the Lotus Youth Preserve Face Cream with Super 7 Complex by Fresh. That's it right there. This is just the mini sampler size, but as you can probably tell, I have been loving it, like loving it. Not only does the smell like heaven, like, I don't know if you guys like cucumber, like the smell of cucumbers. I am all for that smell. I love cucumber salad. I love cucumber water. I love cucumber everything. And this, it smells like fresh cucumber. It's so amazing. And it's a moisturizer, but it's like lightweight. It's the perfect consistency to blend it out and kind of just apply it all over your face with literally the smallest amount. So I usually just like grab it on the back of my fingernail. I just do 2 little swipes and then place it, and that's all you need for your face and your neck. So a little bit goes a long way with this stuff, and it doesn't leave your face feeling like heavy and sort of weighed down. Some moisturizers can do that, but this one doesn't do that. It just leaves my skin feeling so soft and light and fresh, and I love it. Can you tell I love all these products because I keep saying I love it? Alright, so this little guy here is from the company Mellow Cosmetics, and this is it's a blush, but it's called Bronze, and I actually got it in my Ipsy Glam bag this past month, and it is so freaking beautiful, you guys. I have it on my cheeks right now. I did a very light hand, as you can probably tell, but it's so beautiful because it looks so natural. And let me just swatch it for you guys. Okay, that's it on my finger. So it's a very, you know, sort of bronzy peach looking shade, but it, like I said, just looks so natural. And so if you're not wanting to do like a full blush look, you just want to kind of look very nice and bronzed, this is perfect for that, because you can do your bronzer, but you can apply this blush over it and just gives you even more of a sort of bronzy, natural, glowy look. Alright, this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. Again, I got this in my Ipsy Glam bag I think 2 months ago, and I've been using it pretty religiously almost every single day as a primer. It's so lightweight and it smells good. It smells, I don't even know how to describe it, kind of like a, I don't know. It's just very fresh and kind of citrusy a little bit too. It doesn't feel oily on the skin at all. I don't know if you can even see that right there. It doesn't feel oily and like heavy on your face. It's a very, very light feeling oil, and literally all it does is when you only need like a small little kind of dollop on your finger. So when you blend it into your face, no matter if your foundation is dewy already or if it's a mattifying foundation, it's going to give you even more sort of oomph and dewiness to your skin, and it just looks healthy underneath your skin. And by the way, yes, it does last all day. For it being a primer oil, I was kind of hesitant that it would maybe slip and slide my foundation all day, but it literally stays all day. And yes, that is what I've been using. It's 6 o'clock right now. I've been wearing it since about 7 o'clock this morning, and it's still beautiful. I kind of fell in love with gel liners, and this one in particular is amazing. It's the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. It's just so pigmented. It's a highly pigmented liner. Glides on the eyes so effortless and smooth, and it gives you, just like I said, a really nice pigmentation. Even if you go over like a glitter eyeshadow, sometimes gel liners tend to tug on your eye and be kind of skippy in the coloring across the lid, but this doesn't do that. It gives you consistent pigmentation throughout. So the last 3 things are pretty random. The first thing is this Wake Up and Makeup little mug. I thought it was so cute. I got it from Amazon. Let me find out who I got it from. Okay, so the girl on Amazon who sold it and who makes it herself is called the Crafty Engineer, and I am gonna look into getting some more of her stuff because she does have some really cute stuff. So I'm really obsessing over this. So I've really been loving it. I've been putting my brushes in here that I want to have on display in here in my bathroom, and I just think it just looks super girly and fun. The next thing is a candle. Now, I know this is not beauty related, but I love candles. I love burning them all the time. Like literally the second I get home from work, I'm burning a candle. This is the one I've been burning all month long, and it's called Sweater Weather. As you can tell, it's almost gone, but this is what it looks like right here. I got it from Bath & Body Works, of course. This smells so good. It smells so fresh, and even though it's not really sweater weather because it's kind of, well, it is somewhat here in Texas, it's kind of random. So I know it's not fall anymore, and this is kind of a fall candle. It is now spring, but I feel like it works just as good for spring months. It's so fresh and clean. It kind of reminds me of a very, very sort of light cologne. I don't know. It's got a little bit of fruitiness in it, a little bit of like musky sort of, I don't know. I'm not very good at describing scents. Alright, and then the very last thing is actually something I'm wearing currently. This right here, I have been loving this little Bedazzled Head Band all month. It's so beautiful. Do you see the little rhinestones on it? So beautiful. I just love it. It's actually really, really comfy. I find that with a lot of headbands, my head starts hurting. And it did bother me just a little bit where I had to take it off maybe once or twice throughout the day, but I literally usually can't even last that long. But I've been wearing it all day long, and it's just really comfy. It's a really nice pop of bling bling, and I just think it goes with everything. It's really pretty. So I just wanted to throw that in there. I got it from CVS if any of y'all are interested. And yeah, that is pretty much it for my March favorites. Let me know what your favorites have been this whole month down in the comment section below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and like this video if you did like it. And I think that's all I have to say. Thanks again for tuning in. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.